It is 9 a.m. This is Talk of the Town for the 18th day of July. I'm Matthew Paul, your host for the show today. Karen Stearns in the studio with me. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
And we are joined by Logansport Mayor Chris Martin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you guys.
Good seeing you.
It's been a while.
It has. Trying to think, what have we had between the last visits? We've had Squeal on the Eel, which was a huge success.
Yeah, July 4th.
Yeah, July 4th.
Yep. $60,000 is what they raised at Squeal on the Eel.
Wow.
$60,000.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is. That's
Great.
really cool.
And they're doing it again next year.
Yeah.
Already
so it's coming
announced.
back, so.
June 10th?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So exciting stuff. I see you got the Squeal
I do.
on the Eel t-shirt.
I probably read this.
That's right. There you go.
We had a fair last week.
Yep. Fair last week.
Huge
Very
success.
successful.
For
Yep.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else do you want to talk about this morning?
Well, I think everybody's excited about the Harbor Freight announcement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's huge, huge announcement.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So I've had a lot of compliments on that.
Right.
Thank you. Finally.
Yeah.
You know, something out there. Culver's was obviously a big one, and then Wendy's, but then you get Harbor Freight. I mean, that's huge. And then I was driving here, and going through downtown, and I looked at Graybeals, and I saw Walters, and I see the MSRP project, and the progress that's happening with that, and I think, wow. But then you also look. As you're looking to your right, you've got Graybills and you got Walters and you got the MSRP going on there, but then you look to your left and you see something basic being done. The left side, you've got the Ferris Tribune's parking lot that just got repaved, right? It looks awesome. But then you've also got All Saints parking lot that got redone. It looks awesome, right? But those are basic things that really you don't think of as being, spectacular, but think about how nice it looks now compared to what it used to.
Right.
And that's just an example of progress breeding progress, So
It's like putting a new coat of paint on something.
exactly, right? It just makes it
Yeah.
makes it look better.
For
So it's a prime example of what happens when things just continue to go.
Well, going down the other direction, down Market, you have what's going on at the State Theater.
Yeah.
And, with the pear tree right there next door, so.
Yes, which leads me into
Yes.
the downtown.
Okay.
We are continuing to work on the area by the depot, Little Turtle waterway extension, and we want to show you today some renderings that we have created.
Which you've brought some renderings in.
We have brought,
Yeah.
And I thought since Dahrol records this, I figured he could actually help show the people these renderings. We are working on a public meeting, so we will have a public meeting in the council chambers eventually, here within the next month or so, to have the public attend as well as the media, to kind of come in and give some ideas so that people can kind of look at it close up and kind of see exactly what we're working with. But let me go ahead and get up here and show you what we're working with. So this is the rail car conversion.
Can you grab that? Just bring it a little bit closer.
I
That'd be
can.
great.
Yeah, I get
That'd
it,
be
Matt.
awesome.
I get it. Oh, Karen, do you want to be the person that holds the?
Oh, certainly.
What's that lady called on the?
Vanna
White.
That's it. You're the Vanna White.
I'm not even close to Vanna, but
Sure.
You got the blonde hair though.
All right.
I do.
That's
That's
true.
as far as it goes.
All right.
So this is the rail car conversion, right? So
Yeah.
you got the Little Turtle waterway archway here that we put in. Depot is.
And that
right
will
here.
remain where it's at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this is its permanent location. At this point, we've closed off that road, so that will no longer be an access road for anything to come down except for people.
Right.
We have, I believe, put the flower pots there so that it does pretty much illustrate that there will be no traffic coming down. We have a plan to ultimately put a splash pad here, which I'll show you an example on the other side of what that could look like. We also have, until we get that splash pad there, we also have an idea for putting the farmer's market right there in a grassy area so that they have a prime location. Future development, so we've talked about, the idea for housing there. That is still a go. We're looking at 30-some units, 1 to 2 bedroom going there. this is the rail car conversion. So as you can see, it's a platform, a raised platform, rail cars put on rails, just to make sure that it is a standard looking rail car. But then it is ultimately converted into a concession and restaurant. This will give you a more detailed look at what it looks like inside. So this is your schematic restroom floor plan. So you've got your mechanical storage room on one side, so you know your water heater, electrical panel, those kinds of things. And then you've got your men's, women's, and your handicap accessible restroom.
Right.
So now you've got all three right here, and then you get to see the outside, you know, as you're coming in. And then you've got your schematic concession, again, mechanical storage room, and then your concession area here. So ultimately, the goal with the concession plan is to allow non-for-profit organizations to utilize this in downtown to be able to allow them to make money. I mean, to allow non-for-profits to come downtown, to have a gathering space, and to be able to make money for their non-for-profit organization, you know, through the city, to give them another access for that. And obviously, restrooms are obviously needed in downtown for this area. This is an example of what we were talking about for the interactive spray pad.
Yes.
Again, it's not a kiddie spray pad like you see down at Tower, up at Tower. It is more of a at-grade fountain. My idea would obviously be to light it up at night with lights. That way it's more interactive, but the kids can still play in it, but it also gives it that kind of downtown feel.
Sure.
And then this is more of a dining type area, so it kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like on the platform, if you will, with the concession area. And then this kind of gives you that kind of look, that cross section look, east to west, and then this is your north to south.
Right.
Again, you're going to see this at that public meeting a little more, you know, in depth, and people will be able to see this.
Do you have a date for that public meeting?
No, we don't. Right now, we're waiting on Ready to come through. Ready is ultimately going to fund this project.
Okay.
You know, through the state's Ready program that we applied for. So that'll ultimately fund it at that point. So we're waiting on that, which right now we're looking at August, probably late August at this point. And so once we get that that date, it'll make it easier to set that public meeting.
Okay.
So I would expect probably early August at this point for that public meeting.
Right on.
You kind of want to coordinate it a little bit with a council meeting, you know, whether it be before or after a council meeting. That way, you know, we already have people coming in for something. You know, at that point, it's not spread out.
I think this is really exciting, man. If we get something
you.
like that downtown, that's really, really exciting.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, seriously.
And it's a
that's,
team effort. I mean, you know, like I've said before, we're not riding on the coattails. We're dusting off plans, you know, of administrations that have attempted things, but you know, also people. You know, I mean, these are citizens that have, you know, groups of non-for-profits, you know, over the years and decades of Logansport that have come up with ideas.
So it's slightly different than the original kind of vision.
Correct.
For this, isn't it?
Yes. So ultimately, the original Commons at Little Turtle was originally this way.
Yeah.
It was originally north to south, whereas we changed it
It's going
east to west.
Right.
And ultimately, when it went this way, it was really just this area
Right.
with Heritage Park.
Yeah.
Whereas we kind of made it this and you know, and kind of made it in with Little Turtle. So, you know, over the years, it's just really changed and made it better, you know, and that's the beauty, you know, of progress is it takes time, and when you're patient, you know, progress is better, you know, over time. It's like a fine wine, right?
So that alley that kind of splits that whole block in half.
Yes.
Going east to west. That's going to be, I'm guessing, refinish, repave.
Yes. We're planning on actually making it a two-way alley. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So will that be for like automobile traffic to go through there? Okay.
Yeah. We don't want it to be a road necessarily.
Right.
But more of a two-way traffic.
Okay.
So, you know, kind of like I don't know how to explain it really. It's more of a, I don't know, a smaller downtown road,
Sure,
in a way
sure.
to where it's not like, you travel it like you would Market or Broadway,
Yeah.
like a daily travel, but you would travel it during.
But it would give you
entertainment.
access to whatever you need to get. to
Exactly.
down there,
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
exciting, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah. So.
I'm just thinking like this needs to happen.
Right.
This totally needs to happen now.
For sure. So let's see, Home to Suites opening in October. That was announced with the Harbor Freight announcement. Wendy's and Culver's hoping to open in the fall. Working on repaving Mall Road. We're still in the very early stages of that. We're talking with council and the community priorities group at this point. The community priorities group, I think we've discussed before, but just to kind of go over that again, that's Logan's Landing. That's Redevelopment Commission, a couple members from there. It's a couple members from the city council. It's economic development. It's chamber. It's Clito. It's planning. It's pretty much all the leaders, of the city kind of coming together and kind of discussing the ideas and plans, and then kind of determining, okay, where if we decided to want this project, who do you go to for approvals?
Mm-hmm.
What steps do we need to take? It's not a group who decides what happens. It's a group that says, hey, if this project was something that needed to be done, who do you go to first? What groups needed to decide it?
Right.
Type thing. So I just wanted to make sure that was said. Anyway, so we're working on that. Very early stages with Mall Road there. Obviously, Mall Road is an important road at this point.
It's a busy one.
Yes. BP gas station just opening up on Mall Road. Should be by the end of the day today. Spoke to the ownership Saturday. They said it should be open by the end of the day today.
That came along real fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, for
very
sure.
fast. Yes. So another one of those businesses that wanted to open years ago, but was not allowed to. Our administration came in and allowed it to. So, second one yet. So
on Mall Road, are you just going to redo it, or are you going to make it?
So at this point, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a basic mill and fill at this point. The cost came in really high on surprise.
No.
No.
Right.
What?
On widening it, which is ultimately what you want to do eventually. But at this point, I think we're just going to do a basic mill and fill just to kind of get it revamped enough. Get us another 10 to 15 years out of it.
Sure.
And then kind of widen it at that point. Scooters, hopefully opening soon. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I have heard nothing.
I know they came in there. There's landscaping that got done over the week into the weekend. So that's happening.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some lights on.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a little bit more every day is happening there.
Right. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've said, we're working on that public meeting to discuss. Erie Avenue is on schedule to be completed by the end of October. That's again 5th Street to 8th Street, with discussions being on Phase 2. We'll be discussing that hopefully soon with council. That's from 8th to 12th maybe. It could be from 8th to 17th. We don't know.
Okay.
But we'll be talking about that. I think at this point it's obvious that if we wanted to phase it out like we're doing now, and using community crossings, we're gonna have to do like 8th to 12th, and then 12th to 17th. I think that's gonna have to be the phasing at this point. Otherwise, it'd have to be a federal project, and then you're looking at 2028. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on which direction we want to go at this point.
Can we have public comments about the light at 12th and Erie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We actually talked about removing that.
It's like, it's like I've never seen a more pointless
Right.
light in my life.
Exactly.
It's really funny. Yeah.
Yeah. We actually talked about that. We're like, hey, now's the time.
Now's the time, man.
Well, it seemed like they had an extra light to put somewhere. Let's just put it there.
Right. Exactly.
I'm sure at one point it was needed. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
at one point in history it was needed there. Now it's like, okay.
Yeah. It must have been when the boats were going by.
I was
Something.
gonna say there's more than buggies.
Exciting news was also announced last week or the week before. I don't know, my weeks run together now.
Sure.
Handicap accessible playground at
Hmm.
Fairview Park. Hoping for completion in spring of 2023.
Awesome.
So that,
Yep.
to my knowledge, that's the first ever handicap accessible playground
Mhm.
in the city of Logansport. So
We had Jan in last week. She talked
Okay,
about that.
very good. Yeah.
Very exciting.
that's
So.
awesome, and that's great stuff. Great stuff. Phase 1 sidewalks is over halfway through the government paperwork, the environmental, all that good stuff. That's set for completion in 2025.
Okay.
So that'll be 2025. Trelleborg grant. So do you know where Trelleborg is? The old Trelleborg site off of Washington Street. I don't know the acreage off the top of my head, but it's a lot
It's
of
a lot,
land. We actually applied for a grant to remove all of that concrete to create green space there. So to finish up the environmental, which I think the environmental is pretty much complete there, that grant will then allow us to remove all that concrete and allow for green space to be put there so it looks a lot better and presentable for that neighborhood.
So would that turn into another park, or would that just be?
Possibly maybe down the road.
Yeah.
Yep, down the road. The grant allows it to just be turned into green space for now.
Okay.
So, ultimately there's no real big plans at this point.
Sure.
Just to be turned into green space. It's better than, that concrete
Oh yeah,
looking
no
pad,
doubt, no doubt.
but
yeah.
progress, right? Something. So, but yeah, we're working on that. We hope to be having an announcement hopefully by the end of August
Okay.
on the award of that. So, fingers
Good.
crossed.
Yes.
Good deal.
We're working on bringing the proposed Riverwalk to council here soon. There's also some huge news coming around Riverside Park. So we got the power plant that is now officially down.
Yes.
We've got the old water plant that is officially down.
Yes.
Well, something's got to go there.
Right.
So big announcements hopefully coming soon.
Okay.
Hopefully by the end of fall we'll have huge announcements.
All right.
I mean big announcements. So look for that, including the Riverwalk. We're also working on a confluence project over here by you guys. I ultimately, my vision as the mayor is to have a platform where the two rivers meet, to where you can go out where the two rivers meet and fish or sit and watch the two rivers meet. So also dusting off some plans from previous folks who worked on that. So I think it was the Little Turtle Waterway group who ultimately worked on that. But
Sure.
want to make that happen. Squeal on the Eel, we talked about that. I do want to mention we're having an event in October with the local graduate Antonio Penny and the Pennyway LLC. Saturday, October 8th, 2022 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Eel River Summer Shootout. Logansport Parks and Recreation Department will host its first 3-on-3 basketball tournament. This event is sponsored by the Pennyway LLC. Cost is $30 per team. You can register at logansportparks.com.
Very good.
And Taste of Cass County coming up in August 15th. Cass County Fair, another successful year.
Yep.
First public charging station in the city of Logansport, installed by Logansport Utilities in the new 6th Street public lot. We're also working on a couple more. We are awaiting a call back from the contractor on the memorial home.
Very good.
So, lots happening.
Lots of irons in the fire,
Yes,
baby.
yes, we have a lot of things happening. And honestly, if you think about it, there are projects happening at every end of Logansport right now.
Oh yeah. No
North,
doubt.
south, east, and west. So, good things happening.
It's exciting.
McClure, out on the Heartland,
Yeah.
is a big one on the south side. And then the west side, we've got that old gas station that was removed. We did the environmental there.
Right.
We should be doing work here soon, I would hope, on redoing that, doing that again. And then, of course, we got that Tokyo restaurant that opened up.
Yep.
They're also doing work on that old, what was that, zip through? That old
Yeah.
zip through?
Yeah.
They're doing some work there.
Cool.
Yeah, so
What's that going to be?
I don't know.
Time will tell.
Seriously, it's a good question. Like, that's the thing is Logansport is going so fast. There's so much happening that even our office is like, wait a minute, like, something's happening everywhere. We just head spinning. We should be coming up here soon with council. I think the August City Council meeting, we should be discussing South Psychic Street from Bartlett to Clinton. We are going to be redoing South Psychic Street. We are going to be talking about redoing the road, sidewalks, and I believe street lighting all along there. So that'll be coming up here soon as well. North side, obviously the school, but then Chase Road. We're going to be redoing Chase Road this fall in coordination with the county. And then obviously the East End with Harbor Freight, Culver's, Wendy's, Scooters, gosh, everything. Right? So yeah, every end of Logansport, something's happening. So
I was talking to a guy, and we were talking about Harbor Freight, and he hung his head, and he's like, "There goes my bank account." Hey man, that's how it is, I guess.
Right,
That's
exactly.
It's good stuff.
It is, and it's only the beginning, and that's why I try to tell people it's only the beginning, right? It's taken 3 years, but we're here, right?
Good deal.
It's only gonna continue to grow.
Well, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
We really enjoy this. We really do.
Talk to you next time.
Absolutely.
All right, Karen,
We'll see you
thank
then.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for Talk of the Town today, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Have a great day. See ya.